Namaste, yogis, and welcome to your practice. My name is Myckie, and I'll be your guide today. I'm excited to share this flow class with you because it is inspired around this idea of creating harmony and balance in our lives. It is a cool, muggy, kind of rainy afternoon here where I'm at today, and so this practice will be about building a little bit of heat in the body through movement in the spine. So we'll be doing some side stretching, some back bends, some planks, some holds, all in the name of finding this Sattvic state, this quality of balance and harmony that is unique to each of us. Through Sankhya philosophy, we come to this understanding of creating balance through opposites. So when it's cold and wet outside, being sure to bundle up, wear your fuzzy socks, stay nice and warm and dry, have some warm soup, and think cozy thoughts. This is how we find that Sattvic state because it is unique to each of us. It's kind of like a moving target, and our practice should really support us where we're at with an intention to uplift us and create harmony and stability. You'll want at least a block, maybe two if you have them, and if not, you'll be fine without them. We'll use them for a few postures, and they're just there to create stability and bring the ground up to meet you. So let's begin in a comfortable and supported seat. I have a pillow underneath me. If you have a blanket handy, you can roll it up and stack it under the sits bones, or you might even use your block to prop up the hips or the knees. So just take a moment settling into your space. Before we close the eyes, let's take a big look around the room. This helps to calm our nervous system and remind our body that we are in a safe space and we are here for an intention, for a purpose. And then once you've taken your gaze around the room, please bring your eyes closed or just drop your gaze. Take a moment to tune your awareness into your five senses. And as we close the eyes, we open up the ears. We feel the felt sense of the skin, the breath, moving through our lips or our nose and mouth. And as you sit here and just notice what is present in your body and your mind, I want you to start to think about the denser elements, the element of earth and water. These dense elements are present in our body, and I'm curious if you notice them now as we come to stillness and as we sit heavy through the sit bones. Do you feel that quality, that density in your own physical form? This can come in the shape of our bones, and it might even come in with the types of thoughts that we're thinking. If we're thinking more lethargic or negative thoughts that kind of weigh us down, or maybe these thoughts are really supporting and we're just in the place that we want to be and we want to stay here, and that is okay too. And now, as we root down through the tailbone, let's take a moment to drop the breath into the belly, feeling it expand on the inhale, and then gently pull towards center on the exhale. Shift your awareness now to your sense of sound, and as you breathe, listen to the gentle whisper breath coming in and breath flowing out. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine, pull the crown of your head up. And as you exhale, anchor the sits bones down. And now notice those lighter elements, the element of air and ether, space all around. Feeling this duality, this heavy anchoring through the pelvis and the lower legs, and this uplifting, this lengthening through the spine, and this lightness through the crown of your head. Notice. And just take a moment to breathe it in. Both these qualities present. Sometimes we need a little density, and sometimes we need a little lightness to find that neutral and balanced place. Excellent job. Keep your gaze soft. Start to blink your eyes open, and wherever you're at, uncross your legs and cross the opposite leg on top. This is going to create a new neural pathway in your brain as you do something a little bit different than your natural groove. And then we're going to start with an inhale, bring the shoulders up by the ears, and as you sigh it out, roll those shoulders back and down. We'll do that 3 times. Big sigh. Last one. Beautiful. Now we're going to open up the back of the heart. So you'll take your right hand to your left knee. You're going to grab that knee. You're going to round your spine and kind of lean back towards the back wall. Tuck your chin down. And you're going to feel the striations, those long sinewy muscles in the back of your shoulders start to open. Breathe. And then take your opposite hand and reach it up towards the sky. Side stretch. And then release. Find your tall seat. And bring your opposite hand to opposite knee. Inhale, round the spine. Tuck your chin. Push back. Lean back. Opening the space around the middle back and spine. Inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, opposite arm comes up. Side stretch. Beautiful. Release. On your next inhale, both arms come to center. You're going to look up towards those hands and kind of sway the spine side to side. You might even add in a little movement through the fingers, rolling out the wrists. Good. Big inhale, both hands shoot up towards the sky, both sides of the body lengthen. Breath coming in. And exhale, cactus arms, elbows come out and down. Soften the shoulder blades, and then gentle back bend. You're going to arch your chest, push that sternum out and then up. Lift your gaze. Feel the throat opening. And then exhale, round, bring the elbows together. Bring the elbows towards navel. Pause and release. Beautiful job. Take a minute to find all fours. So coming into tabletop here with the fingers spread and the knees hip distance apart. We're going to take our right foot and cross the ankle over your left. And then you're going to lean towards the left side, pressing into that outer hip and getting a nice juicy stretch. Good. You might even sink back slightly or maybe oscillate until you find that sweet spot. Take a breath. And then let it go. Back to neutral. Cross the left ankle, loop it over the right, and then lean into that right side. Maybe sitting back or maybe searching for that good sweet stretch, pausing for a breath, and then coming back to neutral. Walk your hands up, keep your hips high, and then lower your forehead to the earth, Anahata, or heart-melting posture. These gentle inversions where the hips are higher than the heart help to reset the flow of blood in our body. They create a little more pressure as the heart works hard to pump blood up and out to the extremities. And the true benefit here is as we rise, we get that rush, that fresh blood flowing in. So I want you to take 3 deep breaths here, just opening the navel, expanding diaphragm. Last breath with intention. And then slowly start to transition. And I wonder if you can feel that blood flow, that change in direction as you come up, finding all fours. Beautiful. We're going to cat-cow the spine here. So on an inhale, draw belly button to spine. Round the back of the body, let your head hang. And try tucking your chin slightly and then pushing through the hands. Get a little more lift. And then as you exhale, start at the pelvis, turn your tailbone up, dip the belly down, and then push the heart through your arms. Gaze up, gaze forward. And remember to soften the shoulders, lengthen the neck, create a little space around the ears. Good. We're going to do that a few more times. Dropping tailbone, pulling belly button to spine, and then pushing up through the shoulders and finding heaviness through the head. Good. Go at your own pace here. Cat-cow the spine. Wake up the body. And feel free to add in your own flair, your own flavor. If you want to rock and roll, maybe circle the head and neck. Whatever your body is craving today, I want you to take this time for yourself and for your own practice. Don't look at anybody else. Just move in ways that feel good for you. Excellent job. Tuck your toes. We're going to sit back here. So back over the heels, toes should be grounded, and you might even feel that stretch through the soles of the feet and the ankles. You're going to take a nice breath in, reach behind your back, interlace the fingers, and we're going to gently start to work the chest open. So without flaring the rib cage, see if you can expand the collarbones, and it's going to feel like you're breathing higher in your chest. So breath in, and you're going to feel the belly, but you're also going to push air up to the top of your lungs. And then as you exhale in these next few rounds of breath, you're going to gently start to lengthen the arms and see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. We'll try that again. Inhale into the top of your lungs. Exhale, straighten the arms. And then gently start to peel the hands away and see if you can lift a little higher. Good. You might even lift your gaze here. And then we'll take a look to the right side of the room. Whew. And then to the left side of the room. Good. Release your hands. Come back to all fours. Send the right leg back. Press through the heel. And we're just going to gently bounce, bounce, and then stick it. Push into the back of your heel. And this will help to lengthen the calf. Good. 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to walk that right leg behind the left. So off to the edge of your mat. And then we're going to kind of turn and look towards that toe. So this is a huge opening stretch for the right side. Think about all that length from the ear all the way down to your ankle bone and your pinky toe. Good. Release. Back to all fours. Left leg back, toes first. Rock, rock. And then hold it. Hold it in that stretch. Breathe and lengthen. Good. Get ready to cross. Left leg behind the right. Gazing at those right toes. Lengthen and send a breath all the way into your belly. And release. Beautiful. From here, bring your knees wide, sit your hips back, child's pose. Arms reach to the top of the mat, forehead to the floor. Take a breath. In the name of creating balance, just remember this posture and how it feels. And if at any time you want to return to child's pose, slow the practice down, find stillness, you're welcome to do so. We're going to take a deep, nourishing breath here, in through the nose, sigh it out. Start to rise, finding a kneeling plank. Sometimes I like to come onto my toes and then drop the knees down. This helps me shift my belly button over the center of the mat and create that nice plank shape. We're going to come through that chaturanga. Hold here. 3, 2, 1. Chest touches the earth. Inhale, cobra. Shoulders gliding down. Exhale, finding child's pose. I want to take that for 3 rounds. Feel free to add or subtract any of these movements. So maybe coming to a full plank, holding chaturanga. 3, 2, 1. Chest touches. Inhale, cobra. And back through child's pose. Good. One more. Maybe you're ready to add in your upward facing dog. You're welcome to give that a try. Holding plank, chaturanga, and then upward dog, knees off the floor, arms straight. Good. From here, press back, downward dog. Taking a moment to find this posture and just gently start to lengthen the back of the legs. Let your head and neck hang. Root through the heels of the hands, and if you can, gently lower your heels towards the earth, maybe the knees bent. We're going to take a few breaths here, tuning back into the quality of the earth elements, feeling that connection through the palms, the fingertips, the toes, and searching throughout your body for any heaviness, any density, any slow moving energy. This awareness is going to help us through our practice to stay in tune with our body and to do what will help us find balance. For some of us, it's going to be a little more movement today. And for some of us, it might be some stillness, and that's okay. Take your breath in, blow it out, look at your hands, and make your way to a forward fold. Bend the knees, drape over the thighs, heavy head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Rooting through the heels, slowly rise. Scrape along the spine. Hands come to heart. And then find your standing mountain. Samastiti, or equal-footed posture. Samastiti, or equal-footed posture. Good. Bring a hand to your heart, a hand to your navel, and breathe into the hands. Feel the breath moving and breathe. Feel the breath moving beneath your hands. Excellent job. Release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right leg back, low lunge. And you might want your blocks handy. Bring one to the outside of that left leg. And then inhale, rise, bring the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms here. And we're going to gently oscillate. So as you inhale, you're going to glide forward. And as you exhale, you're going to glide back and drop the elbows down. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2. Last one. Pause and hold. Good. Release hands to hips. Search for that block. You might find it on the outside of your left leg. Drop the fingertips down. And we're going to inhale, reach the right arm overhead. Good. We're going to add a little movement here. So gently reaching up towards the top corner of your mat, and then gently reaching back over your right shoulder. Good. Move with your breath here. You might find yourself meeting a little resistance. The side stretch opens one lung and compresses the other. So just be mindful. If your breathing has changed, bring it back to neutral. Good. And then gently find your way up, arms overhead. And we're going to glide back half split, heel down, toes up. You might want your block on either side of that front foot. We're going to gently sit the hips back and pull the toes towards you. You're going to feel this opening through the hamstring. 3 deep breaths right here, feeling it out, noticing the intensity of those signals and messages from your body. Whew. And then slowly rise. Come back to that lunge. Move your block off to the side. We're going to bump that back leg off the floor. Put our right hand down and then open into a lunge twist. Left hand goes up towards the ceiling. Supercharge that back leg. Don't bend your knee. Push it up towards the ceiling. And then see if you can lengthen the crown of your head away from your heel. And this will help the shoulders relax slightly. Good. Hands plant to the earth. We're going to come through our flow here. Step back to plank. Come through your variation of chaturanga. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful. 3 breaths here, finding balance. Maybe a little movement, maybe a little stillness, whatever you need today. Good. Look up to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale. Halfway lengthen. Exhale. Drop it down. Root through those heels and then rise up slowly. Hands pass through the heart. And then back by our side. Samastiti. Equal-footed posture. Good. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Come up halfway flat back. Left leg Goes back on the exhale, grounding that knee. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, cactus the arms. Get ready to move here, finding that freedom of movement. Elbows down on the exhale. Inhale, reach and glide. Last one. Pause and hold. Grab your block on the outside of that right leg. Inhale, side stretch, fingertips to block. And reach up towards the top corner of your mat and then back behind your shoulder. How does that feel on this side compared to the other side? This class is not about being right or wrong. It is purely about your body moving and just being present with what is happening. Good. Release the need to be perfect or flexible or touch your toes all the time. Sometimes just being in the moment is enough. Let's breathe, come back to center. And then glide back, find your half Hanuman splits. Pull up the toes on that right leg, sink the hip down, lengthen the back of the calf and hamstring. 3 breaths. If you can, try to lengthen your spine as well. Tuck the chin gently and pull the crown of your head long. Last breath. Good. Slowly rise. Bump up the back leg. Left hand goes down, right hand up into our lunge twist. Good. Time to flow. Hands to the earth. Back through plank. Take it through your chaturanga. Up dog and downward dog. Beautiful. From here, we're finding a side plank. So lowering into plank. Ground through the right palm and the right pinky toe. And come into that side plank. This will free up the top leg. We're going to inhale, bend that knee, and then reach it behind for a wild thing. Plant the toes, ground through the toes and the hands. Good, reach and lengthen. And then back through full plank. Hold it here. Get ready to set up on that left side. Roll across. Right leg comes up, bend the knee, and then step it behind. Lift your hips. Wild thing. Good. Back through plank. Flow it out. Come through downward dog. And pause here for 3 breaths. Look up to the top of your mat. Find that forward fold. Bow the head. Inhale halfway. Exhale. Let it go. Root through your heels. Rise up. Hands through hearts. Inhale, reach. Gentle back bend. Look up towards the fingertips. Push your sternum up and then exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, flat back. We're going to sit into chair. Hips go down, arms come up. You're welcome to try cactus arms here, or you can even keep your arms by your side as long as the shoulders have some length and room. Good. 3, 2, 1. Get ready to step back. Right leg finding high lunge. Arms come up. And then exhale, arms by your side, chest lowers down, floating into warrior 3. That back leg is going to lift. Arms along the sides. Think about lengthening your spine. Good. And then plant, high lunge. Beautiful. Bring your hands to the earth. Step it through. Bow the head. Inhale halfway. And then sit the hips. Find that chair. 3, 2, One, high lunge left side. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, floating into warrior three. Back toes gently lift. You got it. Good. Slowly come down. High lunge. Let's flow. Hands to the earth. Back through plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. And downward dog. Downward dog. Bring the feet wide, maybe to the edges of your mats. We're going to go into a twist. So bring your right hand across to the left ankle. Just let your head hang, gaze underneath your right armpit. Straighten out that left side. And then unwind. We'll go to the other side. So crossing left hand to right ankle, gazing under right arm. Beautiful. Back to center, feet come together. Look up, finding that forward fold. Halfway lift. And then scroll to standing. Beautiful. We're going to step nice and wide, find our goddess stance. And I want you to grab a block, have it handy. We're going to turn the toes out slightly. We're going to move our knees in. We're going to move our knees in line with our toes. So as you bend the knees and squat down, the knees move out, opening up the inner thighs. Good. Now take your block and place it on top of your head. This is going to add a layer of instability, a little bit of challenge for us. Good. We're going to find cactus arms, matching those legs. We're going to come to about 50% of our maximum. So don't come all the way into your squat just yet. Okay, we're going to pause and hold. And then we're going to glide to the right and then glide to the left. Glide to the right. Glide to the left. Don't forget to breathe. You got this. 3, 2. Good. One more. Woo. Yes. Stand up tall. Straighten out the feet. Bring your block down with you as you hinge at the hips, fold forward. Place your forehead on that block. Just let yourself relax here. Hands come to ankles. Gentle bend in the knees. Think about that blood flowing down through the toes and out through the crown of your head. Notice in your body. Notice in your body if there's anything you need to let go of. This might be that drive of perfectionism. This might be a thought that's been lingering, something that you're kind of struggling to work through. Let's take a breath in, and as you exhale, just leave that behind. Leave it in the past. Good. Come up halfway, flat back. We're going to windmill. So sometimes it's nice to have the block maybe on that lower setting to place your hand right in the center. Inhale, reach the right arm up overhead, left hand down. Try to keep your hips in the same spot. Sometimes we have this tendency to slide side to side. We're going to release and switch. Hand on that block, opposite hand to the ceiling. And then release. Hands down, bend your knees. Come up to standing. Beautiful. Heel toe. Bring the feet back together. We're going to go right into our tree pose. So ground through the right side. And then bring your left leg up into tree. Maybe starting lower on the leg, and when you're ready, bringing it up high. Then we're going to start to move our hands up and away from our center. This can throw us off balance a little bit, so find a drishti focal point, someplace stationary to look at, something maybe above the horizon so your chin is slightly lifted. Good. Find that center point in your body, that column of energy rising up through your physical form. Just like a tree's root system extending down into the earth and also up into the sky. We are like the tree. Fast breath here. With control, glide back to the earth. March out the feet and get ready on that other side. Gaze at that same drishti, that same focal point. And then come to your full expression. Show me your most beautiful and flourishing and thriving tree. Yes. Good. Slowly make your way down. Come all the way to seated. Bring a block with you. Come into boat pose. Lean back slightly. Bring the knees together. And then place your block on top of your shins. Nice. We're going to grab that block, crunch in, and then raise it overhead. Grab that block, crunch in, place it on the thighs. You got it. Good. Keep moving. Last 3, 2, and 1. Roll onto your back. Woo. Draw knees to chest. Circle the knees. Roll out the ankles. Let your head, your shoulders, your neck come to rest. Good. Grab your block. Plant your feet on the earth. Make a little bridge shape. And then slide your block underneath your hips. This should rest on the bones of the back of your hips, not your spine. So right where your belt would be or a little bit lower. And I like to start on the lowest setting. You can always adjust and bring it higher if that feels good for you, but just be careful and don't fall off your block unless you're ready to. Now we're going to draw the knees off. Draw the knees up, bring the feet off the floor, and extend your legs towards the sky. So this is like legs at the wall with a little added lift of the pelvis. So another inversion as our hips come a little bit higher than our hearts. And I encourage you to slowly look around the room, check back in with your surroundings, remind your nervous system that you are here and you come in peace. And then you decide what you want to do with your legs. Sometimes it's nice to roll out the ankles, maybe straddle those legs, maybe bring a knee to chest and stretch the hip flexors. This is a little bit of playtime just for you. So do whatever you need to feel a little more alive and a little more connected in your own skin. Yes, yes. In the next breath or two, start to make your way down, feet to the earth. Bridge the hips, slide your block out of the way. And then get ready for that final resting pose. Now is a time to get any last wiggles and squirms out of our body before we come to rest. Coming into Shavasana as a way to absorb the amazing benefits of this practice. Take a moment to get settled and then commit to stillness here as you surrender to your mat. Notice if your mind has wandered and bring it back to this moment, tuning back into your breath. Once again, calling upon the earth element to help ground us in this present moment. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, find heaviness in your body. Inhale. And as you exhale, sink a little closer to the earth. Last one, inhale. Heavy through the back of the body. Anchored in this moment. Now is the time to call your awareness back to this present moment. Begin to make that transition from stillness back into the flow of life, finding a little movement of the eyes behind eyelids, the tongue behind teeth, the fingers and toes. As you transition, slowly come to one side and then gently guide yourself back up to seated. And join me with a hand to heart, a hand to navel for 3 collective nourishing breaths. As you inhale, I am aware of my inhale breath. As you exhale, I am aware of my exhale breath. Inhale. Let it go. Hands to heart, Anjali Mudra, prayer hands, or just a gesture of sacred offering. An offering of this practice to our body, an offering of gratitude to this body that flows through life, that moves through life. And a gentle breath here to open the heart space and nourish our deepest desires. May you be at peace. May you feel happy, healthy, and whole. From my heart to yours. Om Shanti Namaste. Thank you, yogis.